Hey guys, so in this video we are going to go through a very useful Lovable application and N8N workflow jumbled together to be a premium offer and service that currently is super high in demand. So basically, as you can see by the title here, this is an application I built on Lovable, and it is an SEO brand performance, or more so LLM brand performance analysis tool. So essentially, in today's day and age, with large language models being the most popular thing, OpenAI, ChatGPT, Claude, Mistral, DeepSeek, brands and people, big companies are wondering how can they make their brands and their website appear in the queries, in the search results, right? And this is where a lot of money is being spent right now. And you, dear friend, can actually offer premium services where you use a LLM to analyze this. And I've built an app which can be used as a full-on application that you can serve for other people. We're going to go through a tutorial on how to build this. But in addition, you can use it as a lead magnet for people to get an awareness of you, and then you can provide higher services to these people who show interest. Essentially, this is a tool, a very professional website you can build, and then once you get emails and users and people, you can start offering 2K, 5K and 10K monthly LLM audit and brand analysis, brand performance analysis services, so that brands, that you can help them understand what they need to do with their brand to get better exposure. And this is a very important topic right now. SEO has been a very big industry, and now LLM GEO or LLM SEO is becoming the next big thing. So as you guys can see here, this is a landing page that we have built, and it is for the people who want to do the brand analysis, essentially, right? So we also gonna be telling you the workflow behind it. Let me pull it up quickly. So here we go, guys. I'm gonna show you the brain which is behind this app here, the actual workflow. And actually, it might be possible to use Lovable AI, but honestly, you have a bit more control by using a workflow. So what you need to understand for a Lovable, for Lovable to work with your N8N workflows, you need to give it the webhook, and you need to tell it to send specific data to your webhook to trigger based on actions that happen in the app. It's super simple. You can just tell it exactly what I just said, and you send in this webhook link here. And essentially, what you will be seeing that you get here is you get, from my app, I get the brand name, my company, AI automation, the industry, which I put in the form or whatever, the description of what I do, and then some miscellaneous things which I don't need, like an email. And in this prompt for this AI agent, we have the whole analysis prompt. Actually, before we continue with going into the workflow, we're going to show you past reports. So I'm going to show you past reports, and I'm going to access them and give you an understanding of actually what we have built here. So let's see here, send code. One of my old personal emails, LOL. So I have this access because I didn't want to have login. I just wanted it to be a live application. But for people to access their past reports, I built just a simple email flow when it was with Supabase. So here is the report, guys. This is what we're offering. This is the value. This is the gold. We are creating autonomous reports based on the queries that we do. Let me explain. So here's an AI visibility analysis. The analysis that is doing is for Frema, the brand name, and essentially we are aggregating from Perplexity, OpenAI, and I think also Claude. What we are doing here is that we are creating hundreds of questions based on the brand and the niche. And these questions we ask the AI, and these questions, the results we send back, and we analyze them and see basically the brand performance, right? So there's a TLDR findings, brand visibility. Frema was mentioned in 0 out of 3 queries. you know, we don't have the best SEO right now. Top competitor, it mentions something called Flowforma. Not even sure if it is a competitor, but essentially other AI agencies are our competitors, so that's what should be there. And then there is some strategic insights. Here is the AI strategic analysis. Frema does not appear in AI responses. No, Frema currently appears in AI responses, but with low visibility. Primarily associated with voice assistance agents, AI automation, and natural language processing, blah, 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 blah. Now, this is like some analysis, but let's go into the clear data. What was searched and what was the result? So we searched things like how do voice agents work, based AI automation tools 2024, and there were no mention of Frema, no link of Frema. So this is an opportunity. And then in addition, there are some topics in the general searches that, you know, related that we can use as like topics and keywords that, you know, people are discussing, and it's an opportunity to discuss this because our competitors, you know, have mentioned this. And here is a direct analysis of the queries and the links we get. Most likely that this is resulted from Perplexity, but could be different things. And from this one, there was no link that is actually from Frema. I actually want to show you guys another one because there was one with Frema. One sec. Yeah, so in one of the past brand analysis reports, I think we had our brand mentioned. Let me check. Was this one of them? No. Oh, sheesh. Okay, anyway, not that important. So let's go back there. Yeah, here it is, another report. And by the way, here you guys can see that our link was actually found. Perplexity found our website, and there was some visibility, some mention about Frema. This is very cool, right? So some of the links here were created, and we can see some competitors, and also here it had a good competitor, Zapier. You know, we're not like a tool, but still. And there is some recommendations on what to do, and very importantly, the content breakdown, because here we analyze the breakdown. What is the links that show? Guys, this is very important. We analyze all the links that result in the questions like what is AI automation, what is all of these things. When for brands, it would be different. Like imagine you are serving a client that's an e-commerce and they are selling a water bottle. It would be questions around water bottles, right? And then what we're analyzing here is all of these links being used as YouTube videos? Is it Reddit posts? Is it blog articles? Is it social media posts? And we analyze the area, right? And we say basically a breakdown of that and give the brand that we will be serving, who can pay you $5,000, and you will say, hey, you need to be focusing more on blogs. A lot of what the AI LLM is doing is blogs, and also website. You need to have more website content. You need to have pages directly answering these questions, because pages have high degree of trust. This is a gold mine, guys. I'm telling you, this is a complete its own vertical, its own industry. And you know, you can use Lovable and you can use N8N to create insane systems. I mean, there is millions of dollars in this, and if you don't believe me, you don't understand the potential. Before we proceed in the video, I'm going to show you guys the workflow. I'm going to show you guys how I built this, and I just want to mention that I have that Skool community that is now simply $9. Simply $9. And in the Skool community, you don't only learn N8N from scratch, you learn Lovable. We now have and are finishing, but it's there, a Lovable course. And in this course, you'll learn how to use Lovable to the best degree, so you can build the best apps and products and services related to this, what you see right now. And you can start, you know, earning thousands of dollars. I've earned 30K so far, even more on Lovable and N8N. And actually, I've started with N8N, but I realized that Lovable makes me earn better. And so I combine them. I build apps. The workflows are not simply technical things. They are things which show, which work in the background, and Lovable is what we present to the client. A lot of things you can learn, which we have in Skool. Now let's proceed. So essentially, you make a dashboard, which you see here, and you output it. And a lot of the things which happen here is we analyzing the brand, its positioning in the LLM, questions related to the brand and its niche, and opportunities to improve. And this is something that you can give for a brand for free. You can, reach out on LinkedIn or email and say, hey, I created a complete SEO LLM visibility analysis for you. Here it is for free. Interested in learning more? Book a call. Boom. I guarantee you, sending 100 of those messages to qualified brands, and you will have 10 meetings of people who are going to pay you 2K a month. So, I just had this idea. I have to do it myself even. So yeah, let me actually write that down. Moving on. So yeah, guys, now we're going to go back to the workflow. This is the product. Now the workflow here processes this for us. So we get the brand, we get the analysis, and we have a prompt here. The prompt says you are a search query expert and understand why people search regarding brands and topics, services and companies. Your task is to take the company brand received and information about it and produce the most popular search queries pertaining them so that we can test those queries for the LLMs and see the output. We produce 10 search queries. They should everything from generic, meaning not mentioning the brand itself, about the niche, to comparisons, best, too specific about them. But the general search queries are better because then we can see the brands or competitors' results and placement. Ensure in comparison or versus queries, you don't compare brands with parent brand. This is the prompt, guys, and then we add the main brand and we add the descriptions that we have, and we say just output 10. This prompt can be worked on. Honestly, it's something I did fast just to test it out. I even used not that best of a model, but what we need, guys, what we need is just 10 questions that the AI has done that, seem to be good. So the last time this ran, there was one issue. It doesn't save. Let's actually just run this again here while we're at it. So let's actually run it. Okay, no money. I'm poor, guys. Okay, let's fix that now. Too much going on, should have automatic charge here enabled. So this is something I'm gonna update now. Maybe it goes off when you don't have on your bank, but essentially, make sure you have credits. Okay, we are back and now we should be able to run it. Yes, seems to be working now. Boom, 10 questions. Let's put it up here. And then now we have it all, and we aggregate a few questions for the different agents at once. And once the first one is finished, all 5 is finished. Yeah, so we loop it again. Let me see, by the way, why we're doing that. We could just have the send 2 at once. Anyway, this workflow was made a few months ago. Can be optimized, but essentially you want to just ensure that these questions get sent. But let's go through the next, because I think actually we are expanding on it. Let's see what's in here. So the system message is you are a search assistant that answers questions and lists all sources or URLs used. Always include sources section at the end with direct links. The purpose is to find out why and how Perplexity outputs answers the request tool with the query. So important to know, we use Perplexity for some of the agents and just OpenAI for some. Like this, we have 2 LLMs. We can add many more LLMs, and so you can have one different LLM for each. So you can check on the different like LLMs, basically, right? So that's what we do here. So there's some specific prompts for each. Without LLM, it just says that you're like analyzing and you need the sources for everything, so we can understand where it's coming from and just do the analysis. So we see like the sources for this question, right? So here is the actual search query, which is search query Frama AI automation features. If someone searches that, this prompt is going to be showing us like the links that come for this in the LLM and its content, right? So we can't really analyze this now, but let's actually check this one, which was done like literally 1 month ago. We can see that the result here is this answer. And here we have query, what is AI automation? Answer, AI automation is the integration of, so he answers the actual query, but then he gives the sources to how and where he got this information from, and the brands that he mentioned or that were to get this information from, right? And so it's not necessarily directly, but it is indirectly. And you also get the type, you get web and blog, and we send that to HTTP request, so which is sending to our Supabase or Lovable, right? Which is this link here. And if you don't know how to do that, you need to ask Lovable, hey, I want to send back the information to the same webhook. Give me the link. to the link and you use the method post, and you ensure that you also ask Lovable, hey, I need this structure. How should I send it back to you? And you need to structure it correctly. And you know, there are some things you need to learn, but I'm going to show you what I've done here. Here you see that. So this is how, you know, we ask Lovable to give us the structure, and that's what we use in the left side. And we have the parser, and we just, this is the essentially the exact, you know, output of the agent. And you can send the output to a Lovable and say, hey, this is what the agent is outputting. Can you ensure you accept this? Because Lovable will sometimes give you error, or Supabase and say like, we do not accept this, or you will have errors in the HTTP. And you will ask Lovable, hey, I got this error. This is what I'm sending. Can you help me? And he will help you, either tell you how you should format it or accept whatever you send. This is something you will understand if you have tried to send content to and from Lovable or Supabase. Essentially, it's Supabase. And so we run this several times and we send the output to Lovable, but that's not all. And you can expand on this workflow, but essentially once it goes back to Lovable, Lovable has the main query, and it also will be analyzing the query. So essentially it analyzes the query that that we got. So we get all the queries, all the questions, all the answers, all the links, and he does the full analysis to create the report on Lovable side. You can do it on N8N too. So yeah, guys, the output is that all of this, which is getting sent to Lovable, Lovable and or Supabase will take that and analyze it and make a complete report once it's finished. And you know, this can be done in many ways. Now let's go back to the Supabase and see how I made it, sorry, Lovable, and how it was prompted a bit, so you guys can understand some of the benefits of that, right? So let's see here. I need to go quite a lot up here, but we're gonna go through the main prompt that I did, and then some of the logic that you should keep in mind. And now Lovable has changed from using merely Supabase to also using Lovable Cloud, or actually mainly using Lovable Cloud. So some things will be easier for you. And Lovable Cloud is essentially a wrapper of Supabase. It's still Supabase, but it's Lovable's, you know, made thing, and that they have sort of partnered with them. So here is the main prompt. I want the best, most professional looking, slick GEO-LLM SEO app dashboard. Imagine like a landing page where users put in their brand name with a few details. We understand everything about them and run the necessary search prompts in back end to produce search queries that we use to find the current stance of their brand and niche / competitors in large language modules. The dashboard is stats, and we upsell them the total report, which will be super comprehensive. That's the main prompt. And then we made the design a bit better. We enabled Lovable to Supabase or Lovable Cloud. We continued refining it, and soon I will tell you that we will be connecting N8N here. I will show you how I did that. Let's see here. So we enabled some OpenAI keys to analyze. And then let's see, we tried to use Lovable, but it didn't really do so well. So I did the N8N logic here. Let's go and check that. Yes. So so here we go. I need a webhook to get the info in the search results database. And that's a webhook that we got. And then I need another to post the results, a new one from my own query systems from N8N. A webhook, answer, string, sources, string, brand mentions, and I just told it the strings to make it understand the pattern of how it should be sent. And then we get, here I sent it like example of the output. I copied the output of the agent so that Lovable will accept what's being sent. And then he said, yes, this is exactly now ready to be received. I want to try now to connect the form, brand name, industry, and brief description to a webhook where we send it to that webhook. So that's actually this, because when you do something like that, you open a form, which is the questions I showed you in the beginning. You answer the industry and the description, which is exactly what we send to N8N. and boom, analysis. That's what we send, that's what triggers the N8N workflow, and then the results show back, right? So this is what I said. It should take 5 minutes to get the report. We analyzed the LLM many times, right? So essentially, it takes a lot of time to process the whole thing. Imagine you do this at scale with 100 questions. I think I just had 10 or 50. But if you have 100 on each LLM, now you have a huge infrastructure that you can be selling for thousands of dollars, and that's true. But yeah, anyway, I have not made money with exactly this workflow, so take my words slightly, but I have made $30K more, $30,000 and more on this, so I know what I'm talking about. And yeah, so this is the main things, guys, and I mean, it's an idea that can be developed upon so much more. It has a lot of potential. In reality, a lot of apps can be built here for people like AI automation experts like you, for SEO guys, for agencies, for big brands who want to improve their LLM stance. This might prove to be one of the best tools that you can build, or that you can get others to build, that we can build for you, or that you can learn to build yourself in our Skool community. This video might help you if you have the technical knowledge. What I have conveyed in this video will basically let you do it yourself. If you want to take these sort of things a bit more seriously, like large language models, SEO, LLM, but also N8N and AI automation, my Skool community is perfect for you. And yes, I told you it's just $9, but it will go to $199. My goal is to grow it and provide so much value that the price will be $149 or $199. Right now, I'm just starting. We just had reached 200 or 300 members that were on the free plan. And then we now put it up to $9, which is absolutely a steal. So from $9, it's going to go to $49. It's going to then go to $79 and $99, $149 and $199. So you better want to join now, because this is a lifetime price. It's a lifetime price for $9. And honestly, some of these things which we learned there is like what people sell for thousands of dollars. But hey, we all want to learn, and not everyone have that much money. And if you start now, if you join early, you will just get it for $9. That's how it is, trying to grow it. Anyway, I hope this video was beneficial. There are some other videos I have on my channel about Lovable, but also AI automations. If you really like this video, like about the LLM, the search queries, how to improve SEO brand visibility, then let me know in the comments, because I have so much more things that we could be talking about this, and it's nice to know if this is something you want to learn about. So with all this, I hope you liked the video. Like it then, comment then, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.